Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the W Mason Coaches Report with head women's soccer coach Simon Riddiough. My name is Rachel Vogel, and Coach Simon, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Rach. Yourself?
Great. So kind of been a little bit since we've talked. I feel like almost 10 days now since you've played a match, but last time out, a big 4-0 win over UAlbany at home. It was your third straight home game and another dominant victory by the Pride. So let's get started off by talking about that match. Again, a lot of players stepping up that we see a lot, but then again, some players making a big impact for the Pride that we don't always see on the stat sheet. So tell me about some of your players that you liked from that game and what you saw from the Pride in general.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid performance. We set goals out this past week in preparation for Albany. Keeping a clean sheet was one of those big goals. Continuing to be efficient in the offensive third, giving 100% effort. And I thought overall for the team, we pretty much did all those things. I think we're still about 10% short of fitness. We're still in a position where I think we can give a little bit more, but that's normal this time of year. You know, we usually start ticking after a month of real fall season, and we're basically 2 weeks of real fall season. So we're getting there. It was great I thought Sabrina Brown was our best player. It was great for her to have a good performance. Lucy Shepherd is been coming on leaps and bounds, and Miri scored a nice header, which I love the way Miri plays. I think she's the focal point to our offense, and when she's playing as hard and as effortlessly as she did on that game, we're going to click and play well.
And you mentioned Sabrina Bryan, your best player from that game that you may have thought with that goal that she scored, featured on SportsCenter, was an outstanding just rocket from outside the box. Is that something that Sabrina usually works on? Like, explain her confidence level, because that's a shot that not many people are going to take. That teams that Hofstra face, maybe around the country a little bit more, but you don't see that very often in some of Hofstra's competition. So talk about her confidence level to take shots like that.
Yeah, it's a combination of a couple of things. She played on the right wing freshman year, so she's comfortable cutting inside. And then, if you remember against Stony Brook, we started her at right wing and Shepherd at left, because we like the flexibility of going inside or outside. I think it keeps defenders on their toes. And if you remember, I think JMU in the CA final last year, we did the switch and Sabrina came in on a left foot and hit that rocket into the top corner. So she's used to doing that. We like that flexibility. I know she's been working with Jerry about that movement coming inside. He's done a great job in teaching different ways to attack inside the field. And Sabrina's a senior. She's playing with confidence. She's one of the best, if not the best player in the conference right now. So we if we're going to win things, we're going to expect her, Porter, Miri and Shepherd to carry us offensively, and that's what they're doing so far. And if she can continue in this vein of confidence, then it looks scary for position and good for Hofstra.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, Hofstra now winning 2 games by a pretty dominant margin. And then Stony Brook, not necessarily a dominant margin, but you still put up 4 goals against them. So the offense seems to really be clicking. How do you make sure that consistency stays throughout this next stretch, especially heading into conference play?
It's going to be difficult because conference games become tighter, a little bit more pressure. Teams are a little bit more prepared for us. And they're going to give us a different kind of game plan to deal with. And from our perspective, we've got to keep wrenching our energy up. We've got to kick it up another 10%. We've got to work a little bit harder. We've got to be a little bit more organised. And we've got to be a little bit mentally and physically tougher, because we're going to get challenges now. And Drexel's a wonderfully talented team, and Ray Gunn gets his teams working hard. They're organised, and they've got some wrinkles in their offence, and they've got some really talented players. So we've just got to we've got to go to that game and be ready for the battle, and hopefully, touch wood, we find a way to come out to Philadelphia with a win.
And you mentioned that you see a lot more pressure during conference games, but I would say the pressure may double this year. You obviously have an enormous target on your backs, looking to defend your title for the 4th straight time, looking for a four-peat this year. So talk about what this means personally to your players, especially your senior class this year.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge what it means to them. You know, you're dealing with 18 to 22-year-old players, and winning, it's almost you can get complacent with winning. And it's my job and Jerry's and Kelsey's and Rhoda's job to temper that confidence a little bit. We are a confident group. We know we're talented. We've been there and done it before. But I'm hoping that they realise that what made us successful is not necessarily the individual talent. It was the group effort. It was the energy that we came to games with. It was the defensive pressure we apply on opposite teams. Sometimes that gets out of the way. Sometimes you forget about the blue collar mentality and the grind that it takes. But this team mentally are there, I think. I think we'll find out on Saturday what this team, what winning the 4th championship means to this team. And if it means what I think it does, we'll win. If it doesn't, we'll lose, because, you know, Drexel's got a goal on their side, to a target they want to reach, and I'm sure it'll be part of it. Will be start the season off good, and beating Hofstra is a great way to start the season.
Yeah, well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you on the road this weekend. Obviously, you played your first 3 matches at home, but fans, Drexel this Saturday, 4 p.m. in Philadelphia. Make sure you tune in. And Coach, we wish you the absolute best of luck for your CAA opener. And we're just rooting for you the whole time. So, Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to join me today, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Rich.
And that was the W. Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.